What's up, Yesh Gamers? Robert the Bruce here with a fun little video for you today. Decided to get totally crazy and play around with the replay system in Fortnite, all the various cameras. Still learning the ins and outs of it, obviously, but like bubble wrap, it is a fun little distraction. So for this video, I'm going to bounce from kill to kill, giving various angles of the action. The whiny kid mail, as promised in the title of the video, is the second to last kill, so that's going to come a bit later. My wife and I actually just got back from an extended weekend in Las Vegas and had an absolute blast. Even got to meet a longtime YeshGaming member who lives there, so that was super cool. And this game was the very last game I got to play before we left for the trip. She was actually packing a few last minute things. I was like, hey, you know what, I'm going to hop in for one last round of Fortnite, and I'm glad I did. Now, most of this round was fairly standard, using the right shoulder peek to surprise guys around the corner with a shotgun to the face, sniping players who are oblivious to their surroundings, dropping the stink bomb on guys who have turtled into their base, and laughing while they panic. You know, standard stuff. Now, believe it or not, this is actually the first bit of cry mail that I've gotten in Fortnite, and I've been playing basically since it launched in the early days. Now, it used to be something I always got a kick out of in the Call of Duty days in the past, because I would get whiny messages all the time back then. You can say, well, Call of Duty is a more immature crowd or something. I don't know. I expected to get it more often here, but to my surprise, I just never have. Now, honestly, I think it's because you could talk to other players in the lobbies in COD, so it was much easier for people to get riled up, but that's just a theory. Now, there was one other time I killed a guy, and they immediately added me to a private chat group, and I got excited thinking, oh man, here it comes, and then they never sent any messages. I guess they thought better of it in the end. But this player in this game, I nicknamed him the Postman, because he delivered that sweet, sweet letter of gamer tears that I'd been waiting on. Now here's the thing. It's not like I want players to be bad sports, but reality is there are a lot of bad sports out there that never learned how to lose with some dignity. So when I beat those players, well, it's like a cold bottle of water when you're outside baking in 113-degree weather on the Vegas Strip. After this dude finishes panic dying in his cute little fort, we get to the main event. The Crybaby dun dun dun! Oh, no, wait, let me make that more dramatic. Now, the Postman here was actually a decent player. He was building pretty well, tossing up walls to block my shots right before they would land. He got the high ground on me a few times even. I'm guessing that's why he served up that delicious post-battle meal with extra salt, because he's probably used to winning more of his 1v1s. It's the decent players that are usually the ones that get the most upset when they lose, because they start to think they're better than everyone else. It's a sad fact of life concerning human nature. And let's be honest, does anyone enjoy playing games with those types of people? I mean, not really. You know, you're playing Settlers of Catan, and someone's complaining the whole time about unlucky dice rolls, stopping them from getting sheep or some nonsense. And you're like, oh, really, bro? I'm sorry, I had to say that. That's what we call a tad bit of foreshadowing, but I'm not going to give away anything else. Now, if you're watching this video and you've gotten some hate mail before, please share it in the comments below. I love reading the different messages people have gotten. And this guy was pretty set on trying to use his rocket launcher, and I think that's part of what hurt him in the end. Now, once I closed the gap, he knew the rocket launcher would kill himself as well. So he had to switch to a shotty and actually aim. Now, I'm not saying he normally has bad aim or anything, but when you're used to just aiming at the ground near your opponent, it can throw you off for a second when you suddenly have to refocus and try to get headshots. That's something to think about for all of us. If you rely heavily on rocket launchers whenever you get one, they can be super helpful, but you don't want it to become a crutch. Now, the Postman here was frantically typing out excuses to send me after our battle, and I went on to focus on the last player of the match. I figured he wouldn't pose too much trouble because he had sat by in his base during that entire battle we just had and had never attempted to even shoot at us. Now, if I'd been that other player, I would have tried to take pot shots into the battle, or more likely, get close so I can clean up the second that it's over. Usually the surviving player is wounded, so it's a great time to strike in the late game when you're near a fight that's going on. And this last guy was really just kind of a gift because he ended up kind of killing himself after I knocked over his tower of safety. And then it was time for some sweet b-ball moves on the edge of the cliff, right? Now, Mr. Salt had already sent his message and was spectating, so I wanted him to be able to enjoy my dancing as well. And that wraps it up for this fun little round. So like I said before, hit me up in the comments if you've gotten some fun cry mail of your own to share. Also, links to the YeshGaming Discord server are in the description, so hop in there and say hi. I coordinate game nights there, so that's the place to be. And hey, oh really, bro, if you're watching this, you are welcome to join as well. Just leave the salt at home. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.